your forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Been a very overcast, kind of misty, drizzly day across the area. Those clouds finally beginning to clear, push off to the east. You can see the back edge of those clouds have actually moved through Springfield. We actually saw the sunset on our weather camera earlier tonight. The clouds still around from Champaign to Danville down to Mattoon, with temperatures in the upper 30s to low 40s. And if you're going to be out and about here through this evening, we're going to see temperatures falling back down closer to freezing. We'll talk more about snowflakes that are back in the forecast when we come back here in a little bit. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
The Decatur School Board is set to get an earful tonight why so many are ready to be heard.
Safety is always a concern when it comes to students and teachers. Tonight, I'll tell you what school board is considering adding school resource officers to both the middle and high schools.
Construction costs are higher than expected for Champaign school improvements. How much higher? We'll tell you.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jennifer Roscoe.
And I'm Paul Cicchini. School news is dominating our newscast today with stories from several of our biggest communities in central Illinois. And I'm in Decatur, where the school board is discussing employment, pay, and disciplinary issues, among other topics tonight.
We're also going to Springfield with an update on the teacher's contract there. Find out what the union got. In Champaign, construction on schools is going to cost more. And in Urbana, they're looking at possibly hiring a couple of resource officers. But first, back to Paul. A lot going on behind you right now.
Yeah, that's right, Jennifer. As you can see, these teaching assistants are back out giving an earful, they hope, tonight to the school board. And the school board, of course, is meeting as protracted contract negotiations are taking place. Another mediation session is going to be held on Thursday at 4 o'clock. That is what I have learned just this evening. And so what else I know about this and what we have talked about for so many weeks now is that these negotiations, of course, have been going on since April. They escalated in October when these teaching assistants went on strike for 3 days. The district kept kids out of the classroom, kids with special needs, I should specify, told parents to keep their kids at home. ISBE now told the district that it may have violated federal law during that time. It's unclear whether the district is going to face any repercussions for that. I have since reached out to the Department of Education. I'm waiting for a response to see whether it's going to take any action against the district. Again, this mediation session between the district and the teaching assistants is going to take place on Thursday at 4 o'clock. Now, the school board's been in executive session since 4 o'clock this afternoon. No action was to be taken during the executive session. They were supposed to discuss pay and disciplinary issues, again, among other topics. We should learn more about what happened when their meeting opens up at 6:30, of course, in just a few minutes. We will update you on air and online, and we'll check in a little bit later in the show. For now, we are live in Decatur. Paul Cicchini, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Paul, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you so much. We have an update tonight in another district. After months of negotiations, Springfield teachers have a new contract. The agreement gives them more money and honors those with years of service. The school board passed the contract last night. It will be in effect for 2 years. To see more details on it, just download the WCIA 3 News app. We have new information on Champaign schools. The cost of construction projects keeps going up, and because of that, taxpayers won't be saving anything. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting is live in our control room. Courtney, so were taxes going to go down?
And Jennifer, the board's consultant says it was possible. Now, they planned for 20 years to be the longest anyone would be paying anything. Now, that's still the case, but they'd hoped to wrap up much sooner. Champaign School District construction projects approved by taxpayers in 2016 now cost $37 million more than planned.
You see escalation in costs. Sometimes the China trade, you know, the cost of steel, the cost of everything has gone up.
Voters said yes to a $183 million referendum. And while taxpayers won't be paying more each year, they won't be saving what some thought. They'll also be paying higher taxes for 20 years.
We probably would have paid it off in a shorter time.
110 million of the bonds have been issued, but 73.5 million remain. The board held a special meeting because a business consultant for the district says it's ideal to sell now. They'll have to do it by February at the latest. While school board members approved how they want to handle the sale of those bonds, they plan to keep the costs the same.
The tax rate would remain unchanged, or in fact probably will actually decrease over time, because we're assuming no increase in the value of property during the life of the bonds.
And to watch the entire interview with business consultant Guy Cahill, you can head to our website at WCIA.com. Reporting live in the control room, Courtney Bunting, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Courtney, thank you so much for that update. Now, tonight, the Urbana School Board is considering adding full-time school resource officers. Plus, they are also preparing to decide whether or not to support arming teachers in schools. WCIA 3's Jennifer Jensen is live there. All right, Jennifer, let's start with the SRO. Right now, the high school has a part-time one.
Jennifer, that is correct, but if the agreement is approved tonight, the school board would be adding one full-time school resource officer to the high school and one at the middle school. And this decision comes right before the school board. All school boards in Illinois actually head to the State Association of School Boards conference this weekend. There, all of the boards collectively will vote on whether or not to support state legislation that would allow staff to carry guns in schools. They'll also be considering a resolution that calls for the state to establish school safety grants so districts can hire SROs. Now, there will be a group of people tonight who plan to show up at this meeting to voice their concern about adding police presence into the schools and how it could negatively affect students. I will be at this meeting tonight at 7:30 to bring you the result of the school board's vote, as well as share what parents have to say about the safety of their students. Live in Urbana, that'll be coming up tonight at 10 in my full story. Live in Urbana, I'm Jennifer Jensen, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Jennifer, thank you so much. People at the U of I are gathering to talk about the issue of sexual harassment as it affects the campus. The meeting just started. A moderator and panelists are leading the discussion. The goal is to come up with ideas for how to combat sexual misconduct, especially misconduct from faculty and staff. The focus is on how all of this affects students and helping them feel like they have a voice in solutions. We'll tell you what ideas they came up with tonight at 9 and 10. Police arrested 2 teenagers for spray painting property throughout Mattoon. 18-year-old Adam Briggs and a 14-year-old were taken into custody. Police say neither of them could explain why they did it. WCIA 3's Jamie Mays is with us now. Jamie, graffiti is nothing new, but what was written on a church was pretty shocking.
Definitely, and they say it's not something they're used to seeing in their neighborhood. They're hoping the people who did it realize why this was not right.
Well, it's a small congregation.
Don Stevens has been a member of Southside Church of Christ for about 3 years.
It's a good meeting place for Christians that want to come and worship and fellowship.
But there's a message painted across the walls of this church that Stevens says he won't stand for.
Does that say God's perfect old house? It's a disgrace. This is our church, the house of God, and vandals are doing this kind of work.
This isn't the only property in town with unwanted messages. Mattoon police say they responded to several calls for graffiti.
There was a church, multiple houses with garage doors that were painted, street signs, some streets themselves had been painted.
It's sad, especially on a church. It's just in a house of God. Like, who would do something like that?
It didn't take long for police to track down their suspects. Reports led officers to a home on 17th Street. A 14-year-old was found and arrested. They later arrested 18-year-old Adam Briggs.
I think it was an isolated incident one night with a couple of teenagers who got bored and thought it would be a good idea to go out and spray paint.
Stevens knows the church will get cleaned up, but that doesn't make him feel much better.
Very upset that somebody don't have nothing better to do and slander God's name.
Mattoon police say they don't think anyone else besides these 2 teenagers were involved. Live in the newsroom, Jamie Mays, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
And no why behind it. All right, Jamie, thank you. Big news out of the Illini football program. We will tell you an update on the football player who's accused of abusing his girlfriend. Also tonight, U of I students usually aren't allowed to get back into the dorms until the Sunday after Thanksgiving. Why that's being pushed up a day.
All right, after a very cloudy and overcast day, we saw temperatures once again not make it to near average. And that trend is going to change, though, believe it or not, starting tomorrow. We've got warmer temperatures to tell you about when we come back. But snowflakes could also be back in the forecast on the 7-day. We'll show it to you coming up.